How does it feel to be one of the beautiful? Oh, hello everybody. How you doing out there? Members of the Beatle community, members of the VC, fellow YouTubers, music lovers, and anybody else that's just come across this little channel. You're all welcome. I've had a few days off work because it's a bank holiday weekend, and I haven't actually had to work this bank holiday weekend, which is quite strange. So I've actually had some time to catch up on a few uh, fellow YouTubers' channels. And I've also had a chance to listen to some of the cassettes that I've been buying. So this is just like a little catch-up video. I did actually buy a reconditioned cassette player, which is up there, that one there, which is a Hitachi. It was 12 months guarantee, fully serviced, new belts and cassette heads and things on it. Sounds really, really nice, to be honest. I'm very happy with it. So, yeah, I've had the chance to sit up here with a few cans and listen to some of the cassettes. So I'm just going to tell you what I think of them, basically. Um, this one here, the Beatles 1962 to 1966. This is one of four that I bought. I think it was last week or the week before. Now this, although it's only a single cassette, it's what they call a double play cassette. So you get all the songs on here that you'll get on the original double album. Um, Cassettes are funny. They really are funny. They either play or they don't. And they can look fantastic and not play, or they can look really battered and they'll play really, really nice. This sounded really, really nice. Very happy. Like I said, I think these worked out roughly £2 each. So yeah, very happy with that one. So yeah, that's okay. This one, the Beatles featuring Tony Sheridan. Again, I've got this on LP many, many times. Never seen it on a cassette before. Sounds really, really good. In fact, I don't know if this has been slightly remixed, but the songs that Tony Sheridan sings on, which is the majority of the songs, it sounds like his voice is actually uh, higher in the mix, more sort of like up front. Yes, again, very, very happy. Uh, then we've got this one, the Beatles Rock and Roll Music Volume 1. Played this a couple of times again. Sounds really, really nice. Um, then this one, Only the Beatles. I must have played this best part of half a dozen times now. And, you know, the more I play this, the more I think it's a shame this was never released on either CD or an LP. Perhaps some naughty bootleggers might have put this out on a CD. I don't know. But this is the only official way you could ever get that, and it sounds really, really nice. Yes, some of these tracks have been on other things since this came out, obviously. Then there was the Beatles box set from Liverpool. This is the 8 CDs, just to show that I'm not, oops, nearly dropped them. Oh, come on, Dave. This is one that I paid something really stupid for, really, really cheap. I've actually had time to play all of these now a few times. And in all fairness, the sound quality on these is every bit as good as my box sets over there that are on record. I can't fault it. It sounds just as good, to be honest. So, if you're sort of like looking at starting a Beatles collection, you haven't got much money. Yes, you might have to go out and buy a tape player, or I mean, you can buy like a little tape in the radio, can't you? Sort of thing, pretty cheaply. I've been looking on eBay today, and some Beatles cassettes are going from £1. You know, £1 upwards. Some go for 60, 70, £80. So just be a bit careful. But I mean, so far, what I've paid, they were roughly £2 each, weren't they, for those four, right? And then I did get a bundle a few months ago, which were these here. So just bear with one sec. These were in a box that came with some CDs and a couple of DVDs. So you've got the Beatles Live, which is basically the Hollywood Bowl on one side and the Star Club tapes on the other side. Now, in all fairness, the sound quality on that, it's okay, but it's nothing special. You know, it's not up to like CD quality. And I'm sure, you know, in this day and age, they could remix that and it could sound a lot better. But these were like semi-official cassettes, didn't with? I think these were from Hong Kong or Malaysia or somewhere like that. Somebody said. Um, it's listenable too. Don't get me wrong, but it's not the best one I've got. Then we've got the Beatles ballads, which looks as rough as anything. But again, this one is official. This one is an official Parlophone one. That one did play okay, to be honest. It did play okay. Not quite as good as sounding as the LP, in my opinion. Then we've got another one of them, look. So that's one I got the other day, and then that's one I got a few weeks ago. Again, excuse me, it is an official MFP stroke EMI recording. Sounds okay. Then we've got these Paul McCartney or the best. Now I thought these were like bootlegs at the start, because the official cassette is just one cassette. The official UK cassette is just a single cassette, but double play one. They sound okay, honestly. These do sound okay. In fact, when I put these on a few weeks ago, when I still have my old cassette player up here, I got it on fairly loud, and we sat in the garden, and so actually thought this was a CD. So that's how good they do sound. Again, I think they were from Malaysia or somewhere like that, one of those. John Lennon Double Fancy. I've got two of these as well. Look, they came in that box with these. We played both of those. Both exactly the same. They do sound basically as good as the record. Again, that's just in my opinion, folks. You know. Then there's this one. This was weird, wasn't it? Wings London Town. Again, looks like a bootleg, but apparently it is a semi-official release. And it does actually sound really, really nice. You get a fold out, don't you, with this? And the words to the songs, which you can't really see. But yeah, you know, I think so far, for what I've paid for these, which is basically, I think these worked out pennies. Those were like £2 each, which I don't mind. Oh, and then we've got Paul McCartney, Give My Regards to Broad Street. That as well sounded really, really nice. Nice sound quality. You know, the bass was very prominent in that and everything. So far, my musical journey into Beatles and solo Beatles cassettes has been okay. Now, if you watch the video I did from yesterday, you know, I got a great big box out and was going through some of the singles because I knew there was some cassettes in that. Um, the beauty of recording live. Now, there was a couple in there that was okay. There was one of those Buddy Holly ones down there. I think it was the blue one was in there. Then there's things like this, the Carpenters' Greatest Hits, Only Yesterday. I haven't played that one yet, but you know these were given to me for. Well, I did pay for them off the friend of the family sort of thing when the father died, but you know next to nothing. I don't think that's what is in that one. Looking at that, I think that's got the tape in it. You've got Roy Orbison, The World of Roy Orbison, No Pretty Woman. So that's got all his big hits on, hasn't it? Only the Lonely in Dreams, Pretty Woman, Distant Drums, Beautiful Dreamer, I Can't Stop Loving You, Dream, All I Have to Do Is Dream, Our Love Song, and Indian Wedding. I hadn't heard of half of them, to be, to be fair. And then there was this one, The Definitive Simon and Garfunkel. Now, in the UK, Simon and Garfunkel are like Marmite. You either love them or you hate them. To be fair, I'm not the world's biggest Simon and Garfunkel fan, but I do like some of the songs. I like The Sound of Silence and things like that. What was the other one? Boxer. So there is some of their songs that I like, but like I say, basically nothing they were. So, oh, and the best of Dex's Midnight Runners. Again, wouldn't say I was the world's biggest fan of theirs, but they had a few decent hits, didn't they? Like Gino and things like that. And I think you can still go and see Dex's Midnight Runners, but I think there's only Kevin Rowland that's actually had the Dex's Midnight Runners, if that makes sense. So, just a quick little catch-up video. Please stay tuned. There is lots more videos to come over the next few weeks, months, and hopefully, fingers crossed, nothing years. Uh, tell me what you think about cassettes. Do you collect Beatles cassettes? Uh, this is not going to take over my record collecting. I'm just going to buy them if and when I see them and if they're at the right price. Some of the prices for Beatles and solo Beatles cassettes on some of the internet sites are more than buying them on a record. Um, and at the end of the day, I'd rather have them on a record than on a tape. I'm being honest with you there. But like I say, if I see them and they're cheap enough, I'll buy them. The next one I'm going to look for actually is the Beatles 1967 to 1970 on one of these double play ones. And believe it or not, I want to get the Beatles White Album on cassette as well. Now, there is a reason why I want to get the Beatles White Album on cassette, which, if I get it, I will do a video and then it will become obvious why I wanted it, if that makes sense. So, whatever you're doing in your day, please stay safe. Once again, thank you very much for taking the time out of your busy day to watch old Beatle Dave. Like I say, just a quick sort of like catch up video. Been watching a few films downstairs, catching up on YouTube channels that I haven't been watching for a while. Um, just a couple of quick Beatle Dave's twist and shout outs as well. First, Beatles twist and shout out goes to my old mate Beatletone of Beatletone's Beatles channel. Hope everything's okay with you, mate. Been watching quite a few of yours over the past few days, to be honest. So I think I'm just about up to date with your channel now. Then the second Beatle Dave's twist and shout out goes to Gav Axeman Spins. Again, I think I am up to date with all of your videos now. And you got some really good stuff, didn't you, off your mate? Was it duplicates or something? Um, and the final one is going to go twist and shout out for this edition anyway. He's going to go to Beetlebrad. Again, check out his channel. He's got some wonderful things. He's just done one on the top 10 Beatles albums. Well, his top 10 Beatles albums. So that's worth watching out. And then thank you to everybody that is supporting the channel, subscribing, leaving likes, leaving comments. You all mean the world to me. So just remember, whatever you do, however you listen to your records, whether it's on cassettes, CDs, um, vinyl albums, love them. Let the music play. That's what we're here for, to listen to the music, isn't it? So whatever you're doing, stay safe. Just a quick video from Beatle Dave, basically just say hello, and this is what I've been doing in the past few days. And love and peace to you all. Stay tuned. There'll be more videos to follow. Cheerio. Bye, everybody. Bye.